So we're gonna do Shaman here. Kind of surprised that Warrior always ends up winning the polls. Commander Zerg asks, isn't Ooze a beast type? I don't think so. Ooze has no type. That card was the only good card. I'll take the Wolf Rider as a card I'm really learning to appreciate. Here is a very tough choice. These are all solid cards. I think the Flame Tongue Totem probably has to take a back seat to the other two. We'll take the Stormforged Axe. I have lost enough games to Stormforged Axe that I'm learning to appreciate it more than I have been. Rockbite Weapon's an easy choice. The Spiteful Smith with the axe is actually very good. Is that better than the healing from the healer? Well, it's an extra hit point as well. I'll take it. Mad Bomber. No thanks. Alright, I need to cut back on these 5 drops. Although the Tiger is great because I've already got 2 of these, so we need to flatten out our curve a little bit. Take the Raging Ward in there for a 3 drop. Alright, I'll grab a Loot Hoarder for some early plays and for some card drawing potential. Oh man! Well, we get to play with the Doomhammer in this run. That is good news. Enough with the 5 drops though. Thanks, game. So do I take this terrible monkey? I'll take a Fed Creeper. Just hopefully we can stop at the 5 drop sometime soon. There's a buff, which is nice. There's some more early removal, which is nice. War Golem. I will take Ironbeak Owl just to have 1 silence in the deck. I think 1 is fine. Do I want 2 Stormforged Axe as well? With a Doom Hammer and another Stormforged Axe. Second Stormforged Axe is a little bit risky. I'm going to take the Blue-Glove Warrior just for some more direct removal. Alright, so Bloodlust is good to have 1 of in the deck, but at the moment, I don't know. I think I'd rather just take a Panther, fill out my curve, and get another creature. Fire Dragon is an easy pick. I don't want a second Owl. I have another chance at Bloodlust. It's a tough call here. I have so many 5 drops, I don't want my deck to be so slow. I'm going to take this Panda. Pandas are... I like having Pandas as a Shaman because you can sometimes tuck away your totems and save them for later. I do want the Squire, but not over a Hex. Oh man, my last Shaman run had no Hexes. It was so frustrating. Now, this Ravenhold Assassin could be a good finisher, or I could just take the Demolisher and hedge my bets. I don't think I want the pint size. It's a bit dicey. And the Ravenhold Assassin is tempting me here. I'll take it. I'll just take it and I'll stop taking big cards completely. So Dark-Eye Dwarf is good, but not as good as Unbound Elemental. That card can be crazy. I don't want another Fen Creeper. Definitely don't want Mad Bomber, so the Grunt has to be the pick, though I'm not that thrilled about it. Lightning Bolt. There's another card I didn't have in my last run. Yeah, I'll take another Rockbiter Weapon. I think taking all the removal is fine. Drugert in the chat is saying you should always take more axes unless you have like 3. I don't know. It's a tough call. I could take a 4-drop because I'm kind of lacking in those, or I could take a Wolf Rider just for more damage. I think we've already got enough damage, though. So we'll take the Silvermoon Guardian because we need some 4-drops here. Alright, I have another chance at Bloodlust, and this time I will take it because the other cards are not what I want. Alright, Flame Tongue. I still don't want any 5-drops, man. This is just like 5-drop hoe. Oh, that which sounds like you're like insulting a woman. Like, oh yeah, she's just a 5-drop hoe. No, anyway, this is terrible. We gotta take another mechanic, unfortunately. I'll take a Bloodsail Raider, which could be good. Oh, hang on. Southsea Deckhand I would actually consider with Stormforged Axe and Doomhammer in the field. Could be a charging dude, which is better than... well, this is better as a default, so we'll take that. Okay. About to make some people really angry, because I know everyone loves the Questing Adventure. I'm taking Manatide at the end, because this deck has like almost no card draw, and Manatide can just win you some games. Drugert says, I actually hate Doomhammer in Arena, but it can be good. I think the Doomhammer is really similar to like Assassin's Blade for rogues, only a more extreme version, where if you're ahead, it can just win you the game. If you're behind, it's not going to catch you up. And it does represent 16 points of damage. So, it's nice to have as a clincher. That's why once I had the Doomhammer, I wanted to keep my curve as low as possible.
I will fight.
Alright, so you're up against a Paladin.
For Doomhammer.
Pretty easy mulligan decision, I think. Drugert says, good deck, but would be better with 2 axes. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. I forget what I picked over the other axes. But the axe is certainly great against Paladins. Because you get to kill off 3 of his recruits with it, and that's worth it, even if you don't kill any real creatures. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what the right move here is, whether it's to totem up or play the Bluegill Warrior. If I play the Bluegill Warrior and he makes a recruit, the Warrior will just die to that recruit. But if I make a totem, what good does that really do me? Oh, man.
I wonder.
Let's go for the totem. It's a tough call there. Mustard Mitt asks, is a 5-drop the amount of inches various body parts drop when supportive underwear is removed? That must be it. Can you please not kill my totem? Oh my goodness! Jesus H. Not squash. Christ. The odds of that are less than 50%, but it happens to me every time. So we can play the Unbound Elemental and let the Paladin keep this Mad Bomber on the board for a turn. Then it'll be a blowout if I can Stormforged Axe and Lightning Bolt the following turn. Very risky.
What to do?
I could also just play the Panther, which is a little bit safer, because then I can trade this off in the next turn and play the Unbound Elemental and Lightning Bolt. I could Bluegill Warrior to kill it, but I don't like that. It doesn't add anything to my board. We're going to go for the Panther. So generally you don't want to let Paladins keep creatures, but it's only turn 3, and this Panther will kill the Mad Bomber, or something better, depending on the situation. Fronomo cries numbers in what is a very, very old inside joke. I think I have legitimate cause to complain, because I've been paying attention to it every time. I think they're, like, the last, like, whatever, 5 times someone played a Mad Bomber in front of me, and I had a 2 toughness minion, there was 1 time when my 2 toughness minion survived, and the other 4 times it died. It's ridiculous. Alright, so here we go. We've got the Bloodsail Raider dropping now. So I could do the Stormforged Axe, but what I think I'd rather do is this. Let's play the Unbound Elemental. Doesn't matter which of these I Lightning Bolt. The Unbound Elemental goes. We trade the Panther for the other one. And now I have a 3/5, which is pretty good. And it will grow even more, perhaps, if I play the Stormforged Axe. So next turn I'll have 4 mana. I can do Bluegill Warrior and Stormforged Axe. He's actually going to silence them, which is annoying. A 2/4 is still good. It's good enough to kill the owl if I need to. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is actually bust out the axe. I could play the Stormwind Guardian, but I've got a way to clear the board, so I might as well take it. Damage on creatures is more valuable than damage on the face, so I'm going to take more damage on my face. And I could make a totem here. But I think I'd rather put a real creature out, especially one that survives the hunter. Now, if I'd had the choice between totem or Bluegill Warrior, I guess I would have taken the totem. You know, it's a good thing I didn't play Bluegill Warrior back then, because a Mad Bomber would have killed it, and then I would be down a card. So, good thing I didn't do that. But man, people are playing too many Mad Bombers. So Hammer of Wrath is something I'm pretty happy to see. This gives him up a card. But observe, he has 7 cards to my 6, so it's not like I'm even that far behind, and I've now got the board advantage pretty tremendously. Paladins do not do a good job killing Spiteful Smiths. Now, do not hit your opponent in the face with a Stormforged Axe. Not only does it kill recruits, so killing off 2 recruits for free is great, but it's possible I could actually enrage the Spiteful Smith, and then I'll have 2 uses of this thing at enhanced levels. Alright, he's a Truce of a Champion. Does he have like a Bluegill Warrior or some way to deal 2 damage so he kills the Smith? Or is he just going to kill my Sunfury Protector? He's just killing the Sunfury Protector, that's fine. And he's not making a recruit. Observe, he had 2 mana left over, but he didn't make a recruit, which is smart. Because if he had made a recruit, I could have enraged my Spiteful Smith against it and gotten a huge axe. In the face. And we're going to sit on this axe. Clearly, if he had an Ooze for 2 mana, he would have played it. So he doesn't have an Ooze. We know that for a fact. Unless, of course, he top decks it.
One shot.
It's going to ping off my Divine Shield with Elven Archer. Wild Pyromancer is interesting. I mean, the Wild Pyromancer would have taken this off. I see. So he's actually going to clear my board out because the Consecration will deal damage, then the Pyromancer triggers, which will finish this off, and then this thing is actually hit hard enough that the kill it off. So that was a pretty good answer to my stuff. Luckily, I've got my axe to kill off the Pyromancer with. But he's got 5 cards to 4. Well, this is a pretty good draw. I like that this puts a lot of stuff on the board. Axe this Pyromancer question. And he pretty much needs another Consecration to get ahead. If he plays anything big, I can hex it. If he plays a bunch of little things, hopefully this stuff will deal with it. What I don't want to see here are 4-drops, actually. Because 4-drops I wouldn't want to use hex on, but they'd be bigger than what I am able to take care of. Venging Wrath is a pretty good card. It'll clear my board, most likely. No! Stop hitting this thing! Lame. So he's got 5 cards left. Oh, one of them is the coin. That's crazy. Does he have an Ironforged Rifleman up here? No, Scarlet Crusade. Alright, no Blood Knights for me in this deck, but I think this is the time to pop my owl. God, that sounds like another dirty phrase. Like, dude, bro, you wanna go out there, pick up some chicks? No, man, I gotta pop my owl first. Anyway, let's go ahead and just play the Fen Creeper, which I am very glad to have now. Some folks are commenting that he should have played the Elven Archer last. Unfortunately for my opponent, he had to play the Elven Archer first. The reason for that is that the Pyromancer triggers after the spell. So if he had played Consecration, the Consecration would have bit against the Divine Shield. And then my Silvermoon Guardian would have been at 2 health, not at 1. And it wouldn't have died. So Solsiva is correct in saying that the Guardian would not have died in that case. Alright, well, we're going to play Mana Tide, that's for sure. And make a totem. Before we decide about the hex, let's see what totem we get. Okay. Well, I think we do need to kill that Yeti. So we're going to do this. And this. Then hex the Yeti. Now, if you're wondering why I'm hexing the Yeti, it's because I want this Mana Tide totem to have the absolute maximum possible chance of surviving. Mustard Mitt says, pop your owl on a 5-drop hoe. Man, we're getting so much street lang here. Of course, Boulder Fist Ogre comes flying down the pike hole. And that's going to be a problem. Well, can I win the game? We should check this. Bloodlust is 15 damage, 15 plus 5. Oh, I win the game. Well, Bloodlust is a good card to have one of. But I'm going to give myself some credit because I passed on a bunch of Bloodlust. I was able to take it when the pack was really bad. As it is, I might have had like a lot of Bloodlusts. I think I did a good job restraining my own Bloodlust. Pop my owl on a 5-drop hoe. Man, if I ever write a rap song about Hearthstone, that phrase is definitely going to have to be included in it. When Papa Boris in the house, all the bitches know he gonna pop his owl on a 5-drop hoe. So, let's see who our next opponent is. Well, I think that opponent played pretty well and had pretty good cards. So, gonna give myself some credit for winning. Hopefully that means that my losing streak is over. I think I have a losing streak of like 5 runs or something now. It's pretty bad. Okay, do you keep Flamesong Totem? Problem is, if you keep it, it could just be totally useless, or it could be spectacular. I'm gonna mulligan it though. I'd rather get an actual playable card. Early Flame Tongues are not as good as late ones. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Fronomo says, so yeah, that's the thing that's going to happen. I look forward to your Beat Spores. Thank you, Fronomo. Thank you. I will maybe, you know, in case the whole YouTube thing doesn't work out, really try to strike it big in the rap scene. Does she have a Frostbolt? That's what she'd like to have. Doesn't have any Berserker. Well, that's actually really annoying, because what I would have liked to do is play the Mana Tide Totem and kill her drop with mine, but because she played a 2-3 like me, can't really play Mana Tide here. I can make the Bluegill or a Totem. Let's go for the Totem. Taunt is nice. Blue O Thunder says, uh-oh, Thunderstorm incoming on my end. This isn't good. I thought for a moment you were talking about, like, Lightning Storm, and I was like, no, I didn't get a Lightning Storm in this run, but then I realized you were talking about real life. Ha. Is Panda... Well, I might have to put this Totem into my hand and have an on-demand Taunt Totem. I think the best on-demand Totem, of course, is the spell damage. But if it means, you know, playing a 5-4 or not, I'd rather do it. Interesting choice, Arcane Missiles. And of course she lucks out and 2 of them hit my 2-3, because of course they do. This is ridiculous. Do I play the Mana Tide Totem? Is the question. Alright, with Loot Hoarder that changes everything. We're going to play Loot Hoarder, and I'm going to play Blue Hoarder. So we've got two 2/1s. She's just used arcane missiles. And we can look forward to a Spiteful Smith afterwards. She can, of course, polymorph or fireball it, but still worth going for, I think. Or I could perhaps Mana Tide and make it regular totem, depending on how much pressure she's adding. But I'd rather put this out to pressure her board. Alright, she's going to keep it simple, keep it safe, and play a Showind Yeti. Alright, now what I could do here is I could actually play the panda and then replay the totem right away. And then you had the panda will actually trade with the Yeti. Yes, I think that's so we're gonna do this. Swing, and replay the totem. Pass the turn. So now the Yeti has to run into the totem. I can use my panda to kill the Yeti. If she fireballs or polymorphs this, then that's not going on my Spiteful Smith. If she frostbolts this, that's annoying.
I wonder.
Well, she's thinking about it. Maybe she has a Frostbolt and isn't sure whether to use it. Maybe she's a Fireball and isn't sure whether to use it. She does have 7 cards in a Yeti. I have 7 cards total, about to draw my 8th, but one of my cards is a totem, and a couple of my cards are pretty small here. She does have the Fireball for my panda. A very reasonable choice. She will kill that Swamp Totem. Fine and fine. No! I didn't want that to happen. She used her coin. Well, that's life, I guess. So I've got a couple of options here. I mean, I'm almost definitely going to Lightning Bolt Loot Hoarder to kill this Yeti. The question then is, do I play the Mana Tide Totem and the Grunt, or the Spiteful Smith? I think this is the time to drop the Mana Tide Totem, but first I guess let's draw a card. Always draw cards first. So we'll kill the Yeti off, see what card we get. A Rock Biter. Is it better to use a Rock Biter or a Lightning Bolt? I think Lightning Bolt's actually better to use here because I don't really care about Overload on my next turn. And the Rock Biter could be really good with Doomhammer. So if that Mana Tide can draw me one more card, I'll think I'm in really good shape. Maybe I should have used Rock Biter so that next turn I could Spiteful Smith and Totem. That might have been a slight misplay. She has 6 cards now. She's used her coin. I have 5 cards, soon to be 6 and maybe 7 if this Mana Tide survives. Let's see if she's got the kill for it.
I wonder.
Honestly, the best thing she could do here is just drop a big creature, I think. If she drops small things, I will have 6 mana next turn. I'll be able to Spiteful Smith, Rock Biter, or kill him. If you dropped like a Boulder Festoga here, that would just be annoying. We gonna pop our owls on a 5-drop? Oh, okay. Anyway. Dude, what's this mage's name? Fievel? It's a good name. Bloodsail Corsair. Alright.
Must cleanse the Sunwell.
Well, this turn is not looking impressive so far. She pings the Mana Tide, which tells me she's a good player. That is exactly what you do there. We're going to play Spiteful Smith. Rock Biter myself. The Bloodsail Corsair. Cleric. And Mana Tide is good for 2 cards. Might even be good for a 3rd. I'm very glad that was not a Questing Adventurer. That is for sure. Although I guess Questing Adventure would be growing now. I don't know. Maybe she would have used... Maybe she doesn't have any removal on it. Boba just says, Yar. Yeah. That's actually 2 Bloodsail Corsairs in one day. That's quite remarkable. Oh, she's a Stormpike Commando. How sad. That kills off Mana Tide. Well, at least it gave me 2 cards. And used up some of her resources. She bravely pings my Spiteful Smith. Very brave. Oh, of course, if I kill the Stormsuck Commando with it, it'll be down to 1 health. If I flip a Healing Totem, that'd be great. But if I don't flip a Healing Totem, it's just sucky. Play the Ravenholt Assassin, but I'd rather have more stuff on the board than less. Although, why set myself up for dying to Flame Strike?
I wonder.
She clearly doesn't have anything good. Okay, let's take a chance. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna hit her in the face. 4 damage is pretty significant here when I've got a 7 drop. I'm going to gamble that she's just going to use the Stormpike Commando and Fire Blast this thing anyway. If she doesn't do that, then so be it. But I'm going to try to race her out. I've got a Doomhammer in here. I've got Wolf Riders. I've got Bloodlust. I have so much stuff to race with that I think getting her down to 11 health would be a really big deal.
I wonder.
She is thinking.
What to do? What to do?
Blue Elf Thunder says, today is the day of Bloodsail Corsairs, it seems, and Mustard Mitt says, that's the only reason I need to say it's a good day. In fact. Alright, so she does in fact have nothing better than Fire Blast killing it. Of course, there's a secret out here now. So, I'm afraid of Vaporize. Let's do this to see if it's maybe mirror fitting. It's not. How much do I respect the possibility of that being a Vaporize? I respect it enough not to attack her. Do I play the Panther just so everything dies to Flame Strike? Okay, this is enough stuff. I'm gonna hang on to my hand. I think she might have a Flame Strike. She's not been playing very much stuff. So I want to get her to use a Flame Strike, and then I want to play the rest of my stuff. Now, if she has 2 Flame Strikes, then I just lose the game. Fine. But I want, if she doesn't have a Flame Strike or chooses not to use it, to have creatures here to pluck out the Vaporize / Ice Armor potential. If it's not Ice Armor, then so be it. Or sorry, if it's not Vaporize, then so be it. She got a good use out of the secret. She mind gamed me.
Are you ready for
She
this?
does not have Flame Strike. Alright, that's good news. Mana Worm, which I don't care about in the slightest. And she's just going to ping away my Dragon Link. I'm totally down with all that thing that just happened. Bloodlust. Okay. So this is 9, 10. I mean, this is lethal. But if this is either Vaporize or Ice Armor or Counterspell, that won't work. However, if it's spell... Oh, actually, if it's Ice Block, it won't work either. So really, the only thing this could possibly be that would let Bloodlust win me the game is Spellbender. I'm not going to go for that. Alright. Let's check for the Vaporize. Well, something. It is a Vaporize. Okay, so my decision has been vindicated. I want to hit her in the face, but the problem is if I leave this alive and she has a Flame Strike, everything I have will die and I'll lose the game. So let's take a look. How much damage am I dealing? This is 9 plus 6 is 15 damage. I can deal 16 damage. You know, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to freaking go for it.
Lends the sun well.
This really seems like the right play. Because I have, you know, Doomhammer, Rockbiter Weapon, all this stuff. Wolf Riders. I think I have another Lightning Bolt in there, although I'm not sure. I just have so many ways to kill her, and she's got... I have so much health. It's going to take her forever to kill me. She actually does not have a Flame Strike. So the game's over. It should be. Well, it's mostly over. She's going to hang on here for dear life. Wow, that was actually quite remarkable. She did not have a Flame Strike. Good news for me. And I'm at full health, mostly, so it'll be a while before she can kill me. Alright, there's Wolf Rider. So, even if she had a Flame Strike, my gamble would have paid off. Alright, good job drafting Ravenhold Assassin. Good choices in that game. I think I played that well. Blue Elf Thunder comments that Captain's Parrot is probably worse than Bloodsail Corsair because it's like a worse novice engineer. That's an interesting question. How much does Captain's Parrot cost? Is it 1 mana or 2 mana? If it's 2 mana, then yes, it's definitely a worse engineer. Although I guess you could try to make it good by playing a pirate deck. Mustard Mitt says GG. Thank you. That was a good game. I got a good feeling about this deck. I think this is the deck that's going to take me out of the slump. And then if it doesn't, so be it. But I'm still putting my prediction out there.
For Doomhammer.
Okay. I don't want to keep this, or the Assassin, obviously, but the Hex, I mean, I only have one Hex in this deck, so even though that could be a dead card for a while, I do want to make sure that I have it. I don't want to lose the game just because he played a Druid of the Claw or something. I didn't have a Hex. Okay, Manatide Totem's coming up anyway. Boba notes that the Captain's Parrot is in fact 2 mana, so yeah, that's pretty bad. I like that Captain's Parrot and Ol Murkai are never going to... this is interesting. Would never happen in the arena though, because they're like special cards. That's good. It would be annoying if they appeared in the arena as legendaries. So why didn't I make Stormforged Axe? Well, the reason is that I would rather have a totem on the board and play Stormforged Axe and be overloaded on turn 4 than be overloaded on turn 3. So I could totem up and Rockbiter to kill this, but let's get the Stormforged Axe out here. Since I drew the Panther, I can actually play the Panther on turn 4 while I'm overloaded, which is fine. Silver Moon Guardian, I'm not in any kind of a rush. He's going to coin for a 4-drop. Oh, this is actually kind of unfortunate. Well, I would like to kill that, and so I will. I'm going to Rockbiter my face, and that plus the Stormforged Axe. So I've got, basically, in the opening, 7 damage to my face, but for my troubles, I have 2 totems out here. We'll see if he has another 4-drop.
Ready to ride.
A Wolf Rider, which is unfortunate, because that'll kill off one of my totems. However, at least I can kill the Wolf Rider with the last tick. Oh, he's going for the aggression. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. I will go ahead and play into his shenanigans. I am going to kill that Wolf Rider, go very low on health. But now he's in a bit of trouble. He's got 6 cards to my 8. I've got 4 things on the board. I've got Hex, case of emergency. And I have Bloodlust. I'm going to Wrath away this, but that's 40% of his mana. I'm pretty cool with that. And just Shapeshift. Oh no, he does not have anything good. He's just Shapeshifting. Well, I think I'm gonna win this game. I'm gonna predict. I think I've got it. I've got the Hex to kill off anything big. We have Unbound Elemental and Manatide Totem to get further ahead on cards. I'm swipe proof because everything is at 2 health or more. Get a card. He can of course swipe this, shapeshift away my Panther, but then the Manatide lives. He cannot kill the Manatide with swipe unless he uses another removal spell, but then my Panther would live. Starfall would be alright, but he doesn't have enough mana to then shapeshift away the Manatide, and the Unbound Elemental would still live. I think this is looking real good. Real good. Alright, he's gonna kill this with... what? Swipe. Alright, he's got the swipe. What's he killing with it? He's killing my Unbound Elemental. Does he have a way to kill the Manatide? Does he have like a Claw or a Wrath? He's got a Wrath. He's gonna get the Manatide Totem. Oh, he chooses to kill the Panther. To get a card. I don't know if that was correct. That means the Manatide lives and gives me more cards. Doomhammer. Well, we're not in any rush for that Doomhammer. We'll just play this and make another totem. Turn. So we've got quite the totem collection here. We're going to get a card off the Manatide. The healing totem here heals me back up. This is looking very, very good.
Your
I'm
magic
going to silence my Manatide, but I don't even care because it's still here doing good things with Bloodlust.
Well.
Okay. Now I have to consider playing Bloodlust. So I play Bloodlust. That's 15 damage plus 3 is 18 damage. And he's down to 9 health. This would kill him. I've got a Hex and an Owl, but this would take 3 turns to kill him. However... That's actually fine, I think, because I have a Hex to get past one thing and an Owl to get past another thing. Now, I could just play it safe. I could just Bloodlust and, like, trade this. Oh, I could trade one totem for the Shattered Sun Cleric, and then hit him with the rest. Leave the taunt totem around to bite the Spellbreaker. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna hedge my bets. I'm gonna cash out the Bloodlust. Well, if I'm cashing it out for 12 damage, why don't I just play a Fen Creeper? Oh, because then I'm not killing his stuff. Well, I can still kill one thing with the Divine Shield. Okay, we're gonna do the Fen Creeper. Oh, wait a minute. I could Doomhammer. This is the move. Yes, this is the move. The Doomhammer, kill the Shattered Sun Cleric, hit him in the face. I've got a Taunt Totem to bite the Spellbreaker. Then I can Bloodlust. And the Doomhammer's already on hand, so it takes me less time to kill him. Now, the obvious problem is if he has another board clear, Swipe or Starfall. But as long as he doesn't have another one of those, I'm in really good shape. Plus, like I said, there is a lot more in my deck that I can use this reach. That is exactly what I wanted to see. That is perfect. So, ooh, can I... Oh, I cannot play Bloodlust, Rockbiter, and Owl, because unfortunately that's 9 mana and I'm overloaded. Let's see, I could Hex this, eat it with my totem. I don't have enough mana for Bloodlust after that. So I can Bloodlust Owl. So I Bloodlust for 15 damage. 15 plus 4 is 19. 19 plus 4 is 23. I do have the kill. Okay. So sorry for being kind of laborious about this, but it is worth it to look for the win. And I have the win now.
Remember, kills the lost.
Bloodlust and Doomhammer. So my little gambit of playing Doomhammer first off. And I actually a point of damage.
Well played.
Okay.
Someone's guide me.
I did it right.
Well
I think I'm playing this really well so far. Those were some tough games against that mage and against that druid. We had some tough decisions to make, but precise calculation triumphs in the end. Blue Elf Thunders has almost ran out of time there. I know that was close, but it was worth it. It was worth it because I won a turn earlier, and that, you know, just shorts up a whole lot of things. I kept a Hex in my opening hand. He played an Ironbark, and I didn't even need it. It's the hallmark of a good game. Okay. Whew. That was good times. So yeah, I think that Druid lost the game strategically when he hit my face with his Wolf Rider instead of killing one of my totems. If he'd killed one of my totems, that would have been totally
for
different.
Doomhammer.
Alright, the Owl early on I don't think I want. Not against a Warrior. The Guardian is a 4-drop. I don't want that. We'll keep this for some early removal. And then now we have... this is not the greatest opening hand, but it's not terrible either. Okay. Alright, I have 2 Bluegill Warriors. That's why I keep seeing Bluegill Warrior so much, because I have 2 of them. Hilarious. Alright, does he have anything on turn 1? I'd rather he didn't. He doesn't. Good. Gonna make a totem. Don't like playing Bluegills onto an empty board, especially when he has Cruel Taskmasters he could play. Let's build up some boarded presence with our totems. Gonna armor up. Well, this is where I get a little bit of an advantage being a shaman, because my hero ability put something on the board, his didn't. I could Shattered Sun Cleric the totem, and I would have, but the Panther's a much better drop. He can cleave to kill the Panther. That's the one issue with the Panther play, but let's save the Shattered Sun Cleric for when it's better. He's got the cleave. Now, if I Shattered Sun Cleric, the healing totem would have lived and the cleric would have died. I don't know if that was really worth it. Alright, I could play a pair of warriors, or I could play the panda, or I can hedge my bets. I will hedge my bets. I'm going to make a totem, and I'll play a warrior. I'd like to try to get some creatures to survive on the board, so the Flame Tongue is good. And I have a bunch of cheap stuff, so I might be able to actually pull that off. Kind of unfortunate that he had that cleave, but, you know, sometimes they'll have their cards. Does he have a Whirlwind, too, while he's at it? He's done nothing except for play the cleave, and then, of course, he has one of the best 4-drops you would ever hope to drop. Okay. So Flame Tongue would let me kill that off. So would Bluegill Warrior plus Shattered Sun Cleric. The Shattered Sun Cleric would then die to the axe. I can play Spiteful Smith, then this thing is living. I don't like that very much. Alright, we'll take a little bit of a risk here. I'm going to do this. That. And I'll make a totem and just hope it's a taunt totem. It's not, unfortunately. He's got 8 cards. He's been playing very efficiently with Cleave and the Wrathy Weaponsmith. He has a Slam, so the efficiency continues. He is going to get to kill my Flame Tongue, so the fact that this wasn't a taunt really hurts. Oh my god. And it again, it kills both my things. That is less than 50 odds. You saw it happen twice, ladies and gentlemen. So we have to kill this. He has this charge of the axe, which he should not have, because he should have had to use that to finish off my flame tongue. So not only did I flip the not only was the Mad Bomber very lucky, but note I flipped the 1/1 totem, which is the only totem that would have died to the Mad Bomber there. He's gonna get off my Divine Shield. Oh, this warrior just has very good cards, and I didn't quite have a good enough draw to beat the perfect answers that he had. See, what is it? Is that actually, that's 8 cards to my 5. Yeah. The ooze really makes no difference. I'm kind of surprised he's playing such a weak card. Oh, he's coining out for a 5-drop, I see. It's a Vengeful Mercenary. You know, it's actually not the scariest 5-drop I could have thought to see. Okay, let's just keep this simple. We're gonna do this.
Remember, kill Thalos.
Play the
Put it
panda.
on your tab.
I'm gonna put this guy back into my hand so I can recharge the Divine Shield. And pass the turn. So he can kill my stuff, but this thing will live. So he's only gonna play at most 1 minion, and then it'll be at most a 4-mana minion. And he actually has the best possible 4-mana minion here, another Araki Weaponsmith. Are you goddamn kidding me? Are you goddamn kidding me? Alright, well, let's do this.
Shall not fall.
Make it totem. Taunt is nice. That thing. That guy just played that thing. Okay, so now he can't kill this guy with what he has on the board because the taunt totem came up. Let's see if he has a 5-mana minion, and he does. Oh my god, this guy's just had, I mean, whatever. Sometimes you just lose those games where they have like the absolute perfect response to every single thing you play. Hit me in the face, get some damage through, totally fair. Alright, what I'm going to do here then is play Fairy Dragon. Kill off the... Actually, I'm going to kill off the Squire. Give Taunt to my guys. Play Mana type totem. Try to sneak out some cards here.
Job's done.
So I'm not exactly racing the Ventricle Mercenary, but I'm forcing him to play without his minions. Now, of course, you could just sacrifice this against one of my things, but my hope is that this card advantage will catch me back up in this game. Nope, he's going to play Arcanite Reaper, which will allow him to kill the Manatide. So this person has had the absolute perfect answer to every single thing that I have done this game. I mean, there's nothing I could do. Warp Lightning would be good here, but that is a card I don't have. Oh, we can play out everything. The funny thing is, I'm still, like, doing okay. I'm still, like, maybe even going to win this game. But he does have a weapon plus 6 cards, so the odds are small. But I can't really take away too much credit for myself, because every single thing I've done, he's had pretty much the best possible thing that he could have in response to it. So it's hard to win under those circumstances. Oh, he's going to play a War Golem. Great. As soon as the Ventricle Mercenary dies, he drops a big card. Perfect. Well, the only thing I see that I could have done differently here is I could have played Shattersung Cleric on turn 3 to buff my healing totem. It would have survived the cleave, and then I would have had that extra totem, which would have, you know, kept the thing around. Blue Elf Thunder notes that Ventricle Mercenary drawback didn't stop him from playing minions. Yes, not only did it not stop him from playing minions, but he actually played the maximum cost minion every single time. So he had like the perfect cards at every turn, like the absolute maximum that he could possibly have, spending, that he could possibly spend mana-wise. He actually had every single time. It was great. So we're gonna go ahead and kill this Taunter, and we're gonna hit him in the face. And I think at this point, my only chance of winning is actually to race. So assuming that this Dragonling survives, and he's got 5 cards here, the War Golem kills my Smith. I have 9 damage here. He's down to 8 health. Maybe I'll be able to kill him with the Doomhammer. Oh no! What, you mean he has the absolute best possible response to that card? Yeah, of course he does. Of course he does. Alright, well. And he's using up exactly all of his mana every single turn, and he's actually going to hit me in the face now, so he's going for the race. Well, there's no way that I can kill him, not even with a Bloodlust. This game is over.
You win this one.
I would almost rather lose a game because I messed up, because then at least I know I could have done something different, than lose a game like that, where there was like, nothing you can do. Well, there's one thing I could do. I could have played a Shattered Sun Cleric on turn 3 instead of the Panther, but I consciously chose to play into Cleave, and I would do it again. Cleave is a bit of a conditional removal spell. Not a lot of people take it. I don't have it played against me all that much when I play against Warriors. Even when I play Warrior, I don't take it that much. So I think it was a fair play to move to play the Panther, because the upside was better than the potential advantage around Cleave. That was the only thing I could have done differently. Other than that, he just had like everything he needed. Sad. Well, I've won my share of games where I had everything I needed at every point, so I guess I shouldn't begrudge it if it happens once against me. We're up against a rogue. We're of course first against the rogue, and we do have a curve. As long as she doesn't do turn 1 something crazy. Okay. Okay. Don't do this to me, rogue. Don't do this to me. Okay. Well, that's not as bad as the... What's his face? The Fire String Leader would have been, and I do top deck a really good answer in response to kill it. I didn't really want to play either of these, obviously, because they would just enrage it. Let's see if she has... What would kill it? I don't even know what would kill it. Alright, I'm gonna play a Grunt here. And Rockbiter Weapon is a great card for many reasons, one of which is that it lets you kill Fairy Dragon. Since I was killing that, it seemed pointless to play the Blue-Go Warrior, but if I didn't have Rockbiter Weapon, then the Blue-Go Warrior would have just killed the Fairy Dragon. Now I could have played a Totem instead of the Grunt. Oh my god, if the Mad Bomber kills this thing. Are you friggin' kidding me? Jesus Christ! Are you goddamned kidding me? That is ridiculous. That's like 3 times. Has there been a single Mad Bomber today that didn't beat the odds? I don't think there has. I don't think there's actually been a single Mad Bomber today that didn't beat less than 50% odds of killing me. Now, I am someone who is extremely conscious of confirmation bias in others and in myself. But I actually think that every single, if I remember correctly, every single Mad Bomber that was played today, every single one had less than 50% odds of clearing my board, and every single one of them cleared my board. Jading says, why don't you play Mad Bomber, Papa? That is because it's a bad card, and I'm not going to play with bad cards just because my opponents beat 50% odds against me. With Mad Bomber. There was a Mad Bomber in an arena I had recently where the Mad Bomber actually lost my opponent the game. But like, I was like 1 time out of 7 or 6 or something by this point. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it would have been really nice if that Grunt had survived, so I could have killed the Mad Bomber with the Grunt. Man, what the hell is going on today? Mustard Mint says, they changed the card so you can direct the damage yourself. It feels that way sometimes.
Many options.
Blue Up Thunder says, wow, Mad Bomber, you mad? Yes, actually. Yes, I am mad. I am mad that I'm losing games because Mad Bomber is being ridiculous. Alright, so she was hoping the Mad Bomber would hit the Totem twice and the Panda once, and that almost actually happened. Even as it is, this is bad enough because now this thing will die to the Mad Bomber. However, the odds of the Mad Bomber's barrels, one of them hitting this, were over 50%. So that wasn't too bad. And the other barrel hit her face and the totem, so those are basically wasted. And she actually even gives me another target for my Panda, the Ogre Maga, which is great. Alright, so this is a good draw. I don't think I want to play the Ravenhold Assassin yet. I'd rather put a little bit more board presence out here. We're going to kill this, we're going to kill this. So these totems are going to die to her weapon. She has 4 cards. I have 2, soon to be 3. One of mine is Ravenhold Assassin, but that's a bit hard to drop down. Oh, that Mad Bomber. I should have an extra card on the table, and that lack of a card is killing me, literally. Literally, and I do mean literally. So there's Ooze, which is alright. If I drew Flame Tongue, that would be nice, so I could kill the Ooze off. She is smart, she's killing my totem. Some people would not do that, but this person knows better. Stormforged Axe would be good. Bloodlust is not so good.
I hear you got a problem.
Well, the issue is that this totem's gonna die, Ravenloft Assassin deals 7 damage, but it's not even close to killing her. I'm actually going to lose this game. I cannot think of what it would take for me to win. The obvious thing would be if I Lightning Stormed her board, but I don't have a Lightning Storm. I didn't see one in the draft. And Manatide Totem drawing me a bunch of cards is the other way. Doomhammer. I could win with Doomhammer. I have enough health right now that I could actually afford to, like, Doomhammer this Oozer. Like, hit the Swordsmith twice or something. The totems bought me a lot of health, at least. The Harpy, which will have to die to my Hex. Alright, well. Let's see what we get. Not that helpful of a card. There's my one solitary Hex. Taunt Totem. I took the worst possible totem, which was great. Okay, well, the game's not over yet, but it is looking very bad. Mad freaking bomber. Unbelievable.
I wonder.
She's gonna dagger down my assassin, which is fine. So the Worgen now threatens to turn on Wind Fury versus the Swordsmith. Does she have an answer for it? She does. She's actually going to hide the Swordsmith in her hand, which is a very good answer. Because this also kills my Worgen. That also kills my Worgen, and it draws her a card. Okay, this game's over. Oh, man. Rockbiter's not good enough. It only deals 3 damage. Alright, here's what we're going to do. You ready? Always play to your outs. What are my outs this game? My outs are... I top deck a Doomhammer, and then I play Rockbiter weapon on it, and I swing for 10 damage. And then I deal 3 other damage somehow. I'm not even sure how that's possible. But that's the only way that I could possibly win this game. So that's why I'm hanging on to this Rockbiter weapon. It's the only way that I can win. You gotta play to your outs. Jading says, shouldn't you kill the Swordsmith and then Hex? That's a tough call. I mean, if I had hit the Swordsmith and then Hex, she would have had an 0-1 Frog, and I judged that her having the Frog was actually worse than having the Swordsmith. I'll take a moment to kill my guy. I'm going to play Knife Juggler, try to kill off my Searing Totem with the Knife Juggler. I'm going to play Kidnapper and return her own Panda to her hand, healing it. The Knife Juggler hits my face, so she has to use the Zero Drake to kill my 1-1. She has 5, 9, 12 damage on the table, 13 damage on the table. It is, well, 14, 15. She plays a couple of minions for the Knife Juggler. I get Manatide Totem, which is not a Doomhammer. If I had drawn a Doomhammer, I could have won this game. I would have dealt 10 damage, dropped her down to 3, and then if she didn't have, whatever, taunt, I could have won. Okay, here it is, folks. 1 in 15 odds, Doomhammer, and I actually do win the game as long as she doesn't play a taunt. My stuff. I think I'm dead next turn. She's got enough damage to kill me. Yep, I have to do Doomhammer. It's Doomhammer or a bust. Wouldn't this be the most beautiful thing if I top decked a Doomhammer right now? Come on, game. You've kicked me in the dick enough times today. Give me a Doomhammer!
This one.
Freaking ridiculous. Well, here we are, 3-2, with the deck that I thought was going to take us to 7 after a long, frosty streak. And we're going to have to work for it, it seems. I still think that there's a really good chance I can make it to 7. This deck is good. The Warrior was ridiculous. The Rogue was ridiculous. I just need someone who plays a nice, normal, regular old deck with, you know, an absence of crazy things, and we'll be totally fine. Plus the Mad Bomber. I mean, it wasn't so much the Rogue's deck, it was the Mad Bomber. Because, think about it, if that Grunt had lived, and I'd had an extra card on the table, I would have easily dealt 4 damage to her at some point, easily. So it was just the losing 50% odds against Mad Mother Frickin' Bomber that did it. Mustard Mitt says, still going to 7, I believe. I believe. Alright, we got Rockbiter Weapon, which is a really good card to have in your opening hand versus a mage going second, because it means that if she plays Mana Worm, you have the pretty much best turn 1 answer to Mana Worm in the game. I think Rockbiter Weapon actually is just the best answer to Mana Worm, period. Okay, so she didn't play Mana Worm, we'll play the Grunt. Then on turn 2 I play the Loot Hoarder. I love doing that, by the way. I love playing a 1 toughness minion against mages on turn 2, so that on turn 3 they can either kill it and lose their whole turn, or they can leave it alone. Is she actually going to play Arcane Missiles here? You've got to be Mother. Oh my god, if this is Arcane Missile. No! Yes! Finally! Jesus! Finally I get a lucky break. Oh my gippity goopity goppity gobs.
For killing.
Oh. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Oh. Boy, I'm exhausted. So, because the Arcane Missiles, because I won the coin flip, her Sorcerer's Apprentice is dead. If she had won the coin flip, the Sorcerer's Apprentice would still be alive. Crafty Chicken is not crafty enough, it seems.
What to do?
Oh, I just want to lie down and take a nap now. This is just too exhausting. Does she actually have a way, or is she just throwing this out to die? Well, I don't know if I agree with this, because think about it. She could Fire Blast, Loot Hoarder is dead, and I draw a card. Or she can play this, the Loot Hoarder is dead, and I draw a card. Except that with this, she loses a card for nothing. There's really no point in doing what she just did. We'll play an Unbound Elemental. Mustard Mitt says Crafty Chicken would be like Angry Chicken, but with stealth. I think Angry Chicken should have stealth. Why shouldn't it? Would that really make it overpowered if it had stealth? Oh, Water Elemental. Freaking course, Water Elemental. Alright, we're going to kill this thing off. How do we do it? So, well, we can do 4 damage. Yeah, we're going to Lightning Bolt this thing. Well, whoa. Well, let's first see what... Actually, do I want to make a totem? No, I don't want to make a totem. Let's Lightning Bolt this thing. It'll grow our Elemental. And then we hit this thing off. I think Angry Chicken could be a 1 mana, 1/1, Enrage, +5, and Stealth, and it would still be a balanced card, I think. But that's just me. Alright, let's go ahead and play the Flame Totem. Morgan trades up, kills Violet. There's no point playing Google Warrior here, so we're just gonna make a totem. Mustard Mitt corrects me. It's OP now without Stealth, yes. Right, of course. Alright, she has 4 cards to my 7. Granted, some of my cards are totems, so this is looking pretty good. If I lost this game, I would be shocked. I would be shocked. I'd be as shocked as that Water Elemental was by my Lightning Bolt.
I wonder.
Wolf Rider and Bluegill Warrior can both get buffed by the Flame Tongue. I could actually hit her pretty hard if I hit everything at her face. Stay reading, where are you, goddamn. No! Why the hell? You know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I am okay with the fact that he got my Flame Tongue Totem because, you know what, I got lucky with that coin flip. I shouldn't complain too much. Totem. Oh, that Chaz says, well, hi, Boris. I'm quite late today. Don't worry, Chaz. You didn't miss anything good. It's all been disaster and catastrophe. Anyway, this thing's being pretty good. I've managed to buff it twice. I'd like to get a healing totem so I can actually, like, heal this up, but that seems not to happen. Did you choose to play Nemani Berserker? I don't know. Oh, she's gonna still ping away the Searing Totem. It's important to ping the Searing Totem away so I can't pop the Divine Shield for free. She will do that. Very smart. Doke. What I'm gonna do here is... I'm gonna hang on to that Fen Creeper. We're gonna play Bluegill Warrior to kill that. We're gonna play Wolf Rider to kill that. Kill that. And the Unbound Elemental. All that Chaz says, oh, so normal Hearthstone nonsense? Yes, Chaz, I am having your luck today, and of late, actually, just in general. There's just been no end of the misery for Papa Boris, it seems. But we did finally win a coin flip versus Arcane Missiles, and that did tremendous things for boosting my mood. Alright, let's take a look here. We finally are going to play a Fen Creeper. Use Booger Warrior and my last tick of the axe to kill off the Farseer. And it's looking pretty good. She's got 2 cards. My hero ability is better than hers at this stage because it puts stuff on the board that her hero ability can't kill. And they got this Fen Creeper, which is nice and big. Of course, she could get like a Spolderfist Ogre or something crazy, and that'd be fine. But... oh, alright. Yeah, okay. So, yep. That's great. That is great. Glad that happened. At least there's a lot I can put onto the board to divert Ragnaros. Unfortunately, I get the worst possible totem, so she can ping it, and then the Rag has a 1 in 4 chance of hitting Fen Creeper. Oh my god, am I seriously going to lose this arena to Ragnaros? I mean, it's possible. I don't have my Hex. Fairy Dragon doesn't really matter at all. Water Elemental does matter, unfortunately. Just going to ping away the Searing Totem. No, he's going to ping off the Divine Shield. Okay, Rag, come on, hit the totem. No! Why did it go? Come on, game. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. So, do I go for the face? I go for the face here.
I got this.
The only way that I can win this game now is if I get Doomhammer and a Rockbiter weapon. Oh my lord on a motherfucking pony. Did you top deck a Flame Strike? If you did. You did. No, you all who cares. Whatever. Just gonna ping away the Searing Totem this time. I can now kill 2 of my creatures, so Rag has a 1 in 3 chance of killing my own important Panther. Well, it's looking pretty grim here. Shattered Sun Cleric, just what I needed. I'm sending everything at her face. Can I stop getting Searing Totems for the love of God? Alright, I can win if I get Doomhammer and Rockbiter and another point of damage without requiring me drawing 2 cards. This is actually over. It's actually over. I'm going to lose this arena. So I went 3-0 and then lost 3 games in a row. 1 to a warrior who just had every card he needed, 1 to a rogue, 1 with a mad bomber, and 1 to a mage who played Ragnaros. That was unfortunately more than I could handle. So the Rag will hit my face now. This person had nothing but junk in her deck, but it was good enough junk with Ragnaros to beat me. 3 wins. 3 wins. Ah. Well, you know what they say. Always go out in style.
Guide me.
Always go out in style. I think I've had like 6 arenas in a row now that didn't make it to 7. And many of them were like quite awful, like 3, we're not like talking 5s and 6s here. Mustard Minces, it's looking pretty grim here, an example of British understatement. Well, that is one thing I love about the British, is their capacity for understatement. So, thanks for watching, blah blah blah. 55 gold, blah blah blah. Sneak peek at the next arena, blah blah fucking blah. Mage, druid, or rogue.